Struggling with prop firms? Let's go. Apologies if I look tired, because I actually am really tired. So we've got obviously phase one, again making these smaller 10k account videos just to show you the possibility. If you have the skill set, what's possible, right? I'm going to be going in the trade history as well. I think if we pass this, we've got another $50 to go, 0.5%. We should be, I would say, about, passing within about 2 days. So yesterday, Monday, and today, which would be, I mean, if you watch my YouTube videos for a while, you'll not be doing this for a long time. And by the way, why do I have this little trend line here? It's simply because, it gives me a directional bias, which I like to monitor as well. I have, like, right now obviously we're bullish. That's one of the reasons for the buy. So I like to focus on the trend. I should actually change the color of these. We make it a bit more, but we're going to be going over the break and retest, my bread and butter strategy. Super simple, probably the most simple strategy on the planet. Let's color it blue, sky blue, wherever this color is. So let me show you the history as well. Then I'm going to break in some of the trades down. And today's topic, basically, we're going to be speaking about, guys and girls who are watching, is, and by the way, this trade might not even work out. I'm risking 1% to catch a simple 1 to 2. But what I've done is I've moved my stop loss to halfway, and again managing risk. If I do lose the trade, I'm only losing 0.5%, but I've risked 1% again. So it's almost like it becomes a 1 to 5, even though I'm aiming for a 1 to 2. So I'm aiming, so I get more in return, but I'm traveling less the distance. So again, risk management skills. So basically, this video is going to be about, we focus on, like, you must have heard the thing, right? Saying, look at collect your data, collect your journal once you place your trades, look why you lost, take a look, a deep dive into why you lost. This video is going to be a bit different. Take a deep dive into why you won. Monitor those, look at those trades as gems, the ones that you win, and the ones that you followed your rules perfectly. Monitor why you won them trades, and because once you got a collection of data, it's like, I think it's a quote by Bruce Lee, is it? I don't fear the person, that's learned 10,000 different moves, but he's only practiced them once. I fear the person that's practiced that one move 10,000 times. Now, what do I mean by that? And how does it refer to trading? When you look at these collections of winning trades, right? And are you seeing, okay, this is why I'm winning? That's, if you got a collection of winning trades, that's already adds to your edge, right? But if you can perfect those winnings, then it's just adding more and more edge, and having that advantage over the markets. That's what's going to get, keep you, because winning is one thing, consistently winning is another thing, right? So we'll be looking into some of the winning trades. Let me just move myself out of the way. For a second, I thought I just hit TP. Again, these videos are just made on the purpose, with the purpose that start small with these prop firm accounts. Don't go buy these huge big accounts. Now you can see over here what I recently started doing. Okay, profit we've hit TP. That's phase one passed with 5%ers again. And again, just making these videos so you can see here. And now, if you've been watching my content for a while, by the way, let me show you actually in my Discord community. Oh, by the way, my strategy, the strategy that's made me 700k funded. Link will be in the video description. You can join the community. We're up to about 1,300 members. This price is never going to change. What I've done is, and I'll mention here, I'll be adding more videos to the course. So it's like a dashboard library. When you open the course, it's not a PDF file. Once you get it, once you purchased it, that's the only payment you're gonna ever have to make. More videos will get added. So even if it gets added up to, I believe there's about 8-10 videos, but even if it gets added up one day to 100 videos, this price is not going to change. So I'm just giving it a chance, because I got lots of messages from India, Pakistan, Ghana, Morocco, Egypt. To make something affordable, because I do offer the one-to-one mentorship, but some people from some parts of the world are not able to afford that. That's totally fine. Now the reason why I came in the community is to show you that usually I show passing prop firm challenges risking 0.5%, 1 to 15s, you know, the typical, you know, small lot sizes. But for this example, I thought, you know what, let me just try, you know, 1% and aiming for the 1 to 5. So I lost these 4 trades here. Now, apologies, that's my phone going off. I'm not going to edit that. I like to keep my videos content raw. So basically over here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 losses, right, in the same day. Now, again, I want to mention, I use these videos to show the viewer that it's possible to pass it with even small accounts, get your payouts, scale the account. But what I like to show is, for me personally, what I like to use these small accounts for is, you know, basically the idea for me is, I like to experiment and refine the strategies. So as you can see here, I was trying a totally different entry method, and then obviously just went back to my original strategy, the way I'm supposed to trade this. Actually, if I look at the date here, it's actually all on the same day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4% drawdown, made a 6% comeback. This trade should not have taken place. That's why I ended at almost 0.5%. Risk 1% again, lost that one, and then we just went upwards from there. You know, 1 to 1, closed it here. Again, wasn't happy about the trade. So this is another thing. You should be able to close a trade, obviously, when you're in 0.5% drawdown, not be hopeful. Some people just let the whole stop loss play out. But you gotta also be able to know when the trade is not going your way and end it. Also, there's only a 1% profit. I'm still close the trade. I'm not happy with it. Then we catch a 1 to 4. Then we catch a 1 to 2. You know, all the trade. Now, this is another thing. The reason why I'm recently liking to show these bunch of trades, because this is transparency. If I say I have a 100% win rate, that would be a lie. If I pass a prop firm challenge in 1 or 2 trades, it looks good, it looks attractive, you know. But at the end of the day, I'd rather show, because that could be a look, that could be a fluke. But if I can show you something, a bunch of trades, again, obviously this is only like what, 10 trades or something, like what is it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 11, 12 trades. Still, there's a small little proportion of data. Obviously, you really get defined as a trader. Obviously, I caught through thousands of trades. But just to give you a small example, according with, you know, to prop firms, so we can still pass prop firm challenges, risking 1. And now I'm at that stage. Now I want to see consistently if I just straight off the bat, if I'm just only risking 1%. Because normally what I show and mention to my students is risk 1%, sorry, risk 0.5%, risk 0.5% first, create a bit of a buffer, and then your profits you risk them 1% per trade. So that's the idea with that. So let's get now over to the video that I want to be speaking about. Okay, so we've got gold as the example over here. Now, what can we see over here, right? This is a London session today. So how would I have capitalized on a move like this? So basically, we can see that price. Let's see overall. First of all, you want to add in more time frames, especially the bigger ones, just to get a perspective of where market is heading overall, because you want to see the overall trend as well. Let me just bring in some time frames. So let's go on the 1 hour time frame. Now, to a beginner, you know, if you have to ask, where do you think the market's going, right? So from this side, I mean, it's just going sideways, right? But from this side, we're bullish. So let me just color this one black, sideways. Now let's go on a bigger time frame, right? We'll go on a bigger time frame. See, now it makes more sense. Right now, this is, for me, it's like once it starts you know, coming to a point like where from the top it's going sideways, from the bottom it's going up. This is like a breaking point now. What I mean, like a breakout, like where markets, you know, wants to just burst out. Eventually could be a huge impulse move to the upside and or huge impulse to the downside. You know, it's a boiling point for me. But from this point here, but we can clearly see we are bullish, right? It's definitely bullish. I mean, look at this super strong bullish candle over here. So on the daily buyer side, you could just focus on the buys. Even though on the small mini trend, we can see a bearish you know, push to the downside. But then what happens when, you know, when volume comes in, we break a major resistance level. Price comes up and closes. Then you can start working off smaller time frames where ideally you could take your entries from. I mean, you can even see the super strong bullish candle over here. Just one moment. I've actually got a trade on into on my actually personal account, so just keeping an eye on this. So because I've just seen Nasdaq, and if you watch Nasdaq right now, it is tanking like mad, and I'm actually in a sell position running in profit. So if I even 1 minute, does it let me? I'm not, because I don't want to show you the account size, but I want to show you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this trade. It is tanking like crazy, Nasdaq, and you can even check, go back on and check. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this, guys. Okay, so now with this over here, so there's one position there, and there's this other one that you could capitalize on as well. Super strong bullish candle, but ideally you can go on a small time frame to really catch the meat of the move. You know, you want to go to a much smaller time frame. Now I want to make something very clear. I don't trade like this, none of my students do as well. I'm just using this for example purposes. You can see the breakout confirmation here. We want to see price settle here. Support has been created. Support has been created here as well. Now we just want to get into the move. So you can ideally below the wicks here, and you can still get a nice move out of this trade as well. Let's see how much this would have given you. Still a nice 1 to 3. Yes, a nice 1 to 3. With this move here is much bigger, 1 to 5. Now again, from the purpose of the video, so we can focus on now. Why does this work? Remember, the point of this video is to focus on why we won, right? We always focus on, we get told focus on your losses, you know, why you lost. If you can figure out why you lost, you tweak it, then you can, you know, then the opposite, you get the opposite result, which is winning. But when you get your winning trades, look at breakdown. So if I had to break this down, right? Okay, major zone marked out. Normally, I think the biggest issue is, me personally, obviously zones is one thing, but I made quite a few videos on how to mark your zones. I think one of the issues is, major issue is your entries. Where to enter? Do you enter from here, or from the zone itself? Do you enter from the wick? Do you enter from the candle body? So all these different kind of questions you're going to get. Now again, it comes down to your data, right? You get your confidence from data. You get your actual data from data, right? As crazy as that might sound, but it's the truth. So, but for me, it's all about confidence. Now what do I mean by that? Let's say price goes into a little bit of profit, starts coming back, hovering into drawdown. I'm not going to go into panic mode thinking, oh no, I need to end this trade because it's come back into drawdown. No. Again, my data gives me the confidence. If price, you know, shows on a regular basis that price sometimes will hover in my drawdown for a short while and then fly off. So I'll give you one example of the data that I've collected over the time. Price, when it comes into drawdown, right? If it comes into drawdown very early, it's still a good sign that it could possibly go into profit. If it goes into profit instantly, data tells me from the data that I've collected over the 500 trades plus, because obviously you only need a certain amount of trades. You don't need to back test 10,000 trades. A certain amount of data is enough to know that you have an edge over the market. But coming back to the point, once I go into profit, data tells me price should not come back into my near my break-even level. If it does, 90 or 80% of the time, it's going to hit my stop loss. So what do? I'll end the trade. Or well, as the students know in my one-to-one mentorship, I'll just put my trade at break-even. So if I'm out hovering 1 to 2, 1 to 3, I'll just put it at break-even. So that's one thing. Now another thing is, what do I need to exactly enter of? Now some of you may decide, well, one idea is a bullish engulfing pattern. There's a bullish engulfing over here as well. You know, this is one pattern. You can enter off a, I believe it's a morning star pin bar pattern, they call it. So it's like this one here, like a doji in the middle, and then it just shoots bullish. You can have a single candle on its own, long wick rejection bullish. Let me see if I can find one. It's actually like something like this, but this is a weak bullish candle. Why? Because you ideally you don't want this wick at the top that big. You know, you want to be super strong bullish candle. So these kind of things alone, right, you can use them as entries. My advice is, when you pick one of these candles for your entries, don't start, it's all about consistency. Don't start when you're looking for another setup, now I'll be like, oh yeah, one day I'm going to try the engulfing candlestick pattern. Then second, trade, you're going to try the long wick rejection. Then the third trade, you're going to start the pin bar, bullish morning star, evening star, whatever you want to call it. Stick to one of these per setup. But consistency is key. It's the most important thing. One of the most important things, right? Now another thing is data. Does price consistently give you 1 to 3s, or does it consistently give you 1 to 5s? Whichever one it gives you, you use that. Now these are the kind of things you gotta apply, right? So in this case here, I can see I won within a bullish engulfing. Do I win my next trade with a bullish engulfing as well? Right? These are the kind of information you need to look at. So in this case over here, let's put that back. In this case over here, price solidified, broke through, comes back down. There's no bullish engulfing, right? So these are the kind of things. So technically, I shouldn't even enter this, right? There is a continuation pattern, but the reason for the entry over here, let me see, there's a continuation pattern over here as well. What do I mean by that? Like a change of momentum. I call it continuation pattern. It's a change of momentum, change of volume. What I mean is, first you get lots of bearish candles, then you start getting slightly bullish, more bullish, bigger, continuation. So this pattern here, you see this one here. Let me change the color of this. It happens in the next trade. So you look at the similarities. Look, bearish, bearish, bullish, bullish. Bearish. Let me just move this out of the way. So look at this. Let me just move this one as well. Look at this one. This is on a bigger scale though. Bearish, bearish, bullish, bullish. Right? It happens again with this method. So this is the pattern recognition that we've just seen. That out of these, have you ever made like a Facebook account or any other account, right? And they'll say to you, this is the pattern that we're showing you when you create a password, right? It pretty much does it like when you create a new account and with whichever website it may be, and they'll say, oh, here is a shoe, identify the other shoe, so we know you're not a robot, so we know you're a real person making this account. We're just playing that game. Here, continuation pattern. Here, continuation pattern. Now the difference is obviously stop loss. Like your stop loss is going to have to be a little bit bigger, but at the end of the day, if you can turn from an unprofitable to a profitable trader, who gives a damn? Still, we're gaining like a 1 to 2. It is still money. 1 to 2 on a 200k account. Because you might think, well, what's a 2% trade going to do for me on a 10k account? It's only $200. True, but you got to treat as if it's a 200k account. And 1 to 2 is 4 grand. 4 grand. You just made 8 grand in a span of, 4 hours. Insane. If you're doing a normal 95, £1,500 in the UK, like average is about between, I think, 1200 to 1700. 8 grand, it's a few months, like probably 4 or 5 months, whatever it may be, almost half a year. So yeah, it's all about working on. So now I know these two patterns made me win. So when I start looking at more data, even when I'm back testing, I'll be like, let me try to look at these patterns here. Did they happen? But this is only a tip of the iceberg. I hope you found value from this. By the way, if you're still struggling with trading and all that, and you want to short curve your trading learning experience, link will be in the video description. Message me. I don't work with everyone. You have to message me. I don't work with beginners, to say the least. But message me, and if you're not, there's always the most affordable costs on the internet probably. And yeah, it's a one-time fee, and consistent updated videos will get uploaded, as long as we do this. So yeah, take care. I'm out.